Hey, so I think this will be my last video for the evening. Um, I have not posted them yet. I will post them. They are my last, uh, they're videos of my last run on Xanadus, and I was able to achieve just under 120. I think it was like 119.8 or something like that. And I used rehartna instead of May. So Meta has long been stated as May in Xanadus, but my suspicion was that Ray is actually just as capable when maxed out as May, if not more so, than a mid-tier, high mid-tier May. So my May is 3-star A1, whereas my Ray is a 5-star A2. And with what the A2 brings, which is a 50% P damage amp, I thought that the 50% P damage amp would be better than the RNG penetration that May is giving. May is also giving heal, and she's giving mana, and she's giving RNG attack speed, but Ray gives all those things. The only thing that Ray doesn't give is penetration. So I thought, well, all the things that Ray is giving that May doesn't, beyond just attack speed and mana and penetration. Well, she doesn't give penetration, but she gives way more than enough to compensate for it. So just and I'll just make this brief, but basically Ray is giving 50% attack to all, 400 attack speed to all, a 50% P damage amp debuff against the target, that all who are physical get to benefit from. She's giving attack to all on her S3, and then that stacks unlimitedly, so the longer the battle, the more attack she slings. She's giving defense to all through her S2. It actually applies to the opponent, the hero with the lowest HP, but then anybody that is within range gets the defense. She is a cleanse every 3 skill uses for the team, so it's RNG in a sense, but you could time it if you really wanted. And she has an offensive dispel, which is great for PvP, but you wouldn't use that in World Boss or Conquest. But at the end of the day, she does bring an offensive dispel to the table. But her biggest strength is in her cooldown. Just the fact that she can bring 7.5 seconds of cooldown every 13 to 15 seconds or so, and even quicker on a pocket watch, is absolutely maniacal. And if you get her up to high enough of attack, then that effect increases even more, because she then at that point is snagging Audie's A2. So that right there is the condition in which Ray is better than May, especially in Conquest, because you can just put penetration onto your DPS and know it's there for you without having to worry about whether or not May's S1 is even giving it, but have a guarantee of cooldown from Ray, have a guarantee of attack from May, have a guarantee of mana from May, have a guarantee of defense from May. Her 5-star unique weapon is bringing 25% damage reduction from both damage types. So it doesn't matter whether you're using her against a physical opponent or magical, she's bringing a 25% damage reduction. I 5-starred UT3 and 4. 4 is primarily for chapter content like Little Shack, Eclipse, and Chapter 9, Chapter 10, which is coming soon. Even the special event dungeon. That is a ridiculous UT, and you could make an argument as far as chapter content is concerned, best UT in the game, or wave-based content. Now, UT3 brings an additional 2.5 seconds to her already ridiculous 5-second cooldown that her S3 slings. So you're getting 7.5 second cooldown every time she fires her S3, plus you're getting CC immunity, which is substantial in Mountain. So, which of course may bring CC resistance, but Ray just brings straight up CC immunity. So it's just crazy to me that people don't think to use Ray in World Boss and Conquest, and that they just immediately default to May. I will say that May is definitely better if she is A2, even if she's 3-star unique weapon. Her A2 is allowing stacks of attack to build up on your DPS at a much more rapid rate. So that's where May surpasses Ray. But she's got to be at least a 3-star UW. But here's the thing, May is an NPC. And it is a lot harder to get an NPC to even 3 stars than it is to get a non-NPC to 5. So, and as far as the A2 scale, it's the same regardless. As far as the UT scale, it's the same regardless. So just, it's coming down to the unique weapon between these two ladies. But because of the fact that Ray is amazing in Eclipse, amazing in Little Shack, amazing in chapter content, and she's entirely viable in all the world bosses, even if you're a magic comp. I use her on Mountain to great success. You're just going to get a hell of a lot more out of Ray than you will out of May. You wouldn't dare run May on a chapter content based event, or a wave based event. You're not going to use her on Little Shack. I mean, you may be using May on Little Shack, but Ray would be better. So you're going to get a hell of a lot more utility out of Ray than you will out of May overall. And she's a win condition in Eclipse. So it's worth investing into Ray just for Eclipse's sake. But the fact that you can use her all over the place as well, come on. So let me just show you what's going on here. So this was my final score with Ray. Okay, so it was 119,662. As you can see, I was using Ray, not May. Yesterday, when I used May, my score was 116. Okay, so it was marginally better than it was with May, my score. But I only did one run. And when I saw that my score was 119, I was just like, fuck it. I'll take it and be done. I'm happy with that score. And it was better than it was with May. But if I kept running that thing, I actually missed several of my DPS cyclings in the first 2 knockdown phases with Xanadus. Well, not really a knockdown phase, but her damage phase. I actually missed 2 potential S3s and 2 potential S1 cyclings in that run at 119. So had I actually hit my marks correctly, I think I would have probably done closer to 140, maybe even 150. But I just wanted to be done with it, take the 119. I didn't need any higher than that. It proved in my mind that Ray, until I get my May to A2, is better. And I think when Xanadus returns in 3 weeks, and my Pris is probably going to be A220 by then, and I can get Vero maybe even to 4 stars, because I'm not going to 4-star May or A2 her before then. I'm going to be investing anything NPC related into Vero. I think if I can get Vero to 4 stars by then, Pris to A219 or 20, and get Glenn's Ballast Ruby UT3 up to 5 stars, I'll be knocking on the 200 trillion door, maybe even higher. And if you watched the other video that I posted regarding World Boss, I started alluding to a potential DPS increaser from Vero that may have actually been the reason why Ray was better than May, because I didn't actually try it while running with May. So I will do that next week. But Vero's S4 Dark may be increasing the attack of all allies by 50%. It does say increases the caster's attack by 50%. And in the previous video, I was discussing what that actually meant. So we'll see in 3 weeks. But I think I'll actually be able to finally achieve that 200 trillion. And it will probably be with Ray on my team, which would be a first. So we could potentially reshape what everybody thinks of May in World Boss content, at least on the physical stuff. If you're running Pansy on Xanadus, and of course everyone's physical on on Protan, so you may be seeing less Mays in Protanus and Xanadus. And if somebody doesn't have a well invested May, or at least a mediocre investment into May, but has a really well invested Ray, you may actually start seeing Ray in Mountain as well. I'll keep posting videos and we will see what the response is, but at the end of the day, I really do think that Ray is the better overall choice for World Boss until you get her to A2. And in Conquest as well, honestly. So hopefully you enjoyed this review, and we will talk to you all later, and you all have a good evening and good luck in League of Honor, because our reset tomorrow at 11 a.m. is the last we'll be getting for this season. So hopefully you get what you want. Peace.